Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Diamond Painting and Stitching with Laura, and today we are having Flosstube. Today is January 7th and it is, I never remember, it's 10:15 in the morning. I just got back. I am so tired. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're coming back for another episode of my Flosstube, welcome back and thank you for coming again, and thank you everyone for subscribing. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I've decided that I'm going to have my Flosstube on Tuesdays because it's easiest for me. It gets it over with in the first part of the week. And then we can go from there. And yes, I know there'll be at least a week between, because I just did the last one on Thursday, but I did that for my convenience at the time. So now we will try to get out Flosstube on Tuesdays and specifically stay there. Let's see where to start. I just got back from breakfast with my grandson and my daughter. Oops, sorry. Molly's over in her little perch. Over right about there, somewhere. She's sitting over there, waiting. I just got home, so she had to go out. So, where to begin? I guess we'll talk about WIPs, but we do have something exciting, so we'll just move right along. So this week, I only worked on 2 things. I know I have like 552 things, but you know, I actually worked on 3, because yesterday I did work on the silk birds and flowers. So that video is in with my other videos. You can click on that and see that one, but I did work on that yesterday, and I only worked on it for long enough to finish a video because I was done. You know, it's silk, and yeah, it's a learning process. I'm not real thrilled with it. I don't totally hate it, but yeah, it's a piece of work. So, first part of this week, I think it was Saturday or so, I worked on my beaded peacock, and as you can see, I haven't gotten much more done because I've been obsessed. Just a little obsessed. So, the rest of that time was consumed, like, before work, after work, before work, after work. Yeah, I can't stay away from it. I've been working on Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Manor, I believe. Yes, Rosewood Manor, and it looks like this. And I'm doing it on this funky material that I have no idea. Now, maybe you experts would know what this is. I'll hold it there. If anybody has any idea what this is, feel free to comment below. I would love to hear what it is, because I have no idea. I got this material at, where did I get it? At the thrift store. And it was a great big batch, so there's plenty rolled up here, and we're going to have plenty to finish this. But this is how much I've gotten done of it. And I've got the whole center done. So now I just have to come and put the flowers all the way around on that. And like I said, I'm changing up the threads because I can't stand consistency. Yeah, I'm eager. So, and ambitious. So, every once in a while I have to go and get some more threads, but I've been basically using what I had, you know, so that wouldn't happen. I did go out and buy, there was 12 colors in this, and they're all listed as Valdani hand overdyed color fast threads. So, I didn't use those, of course, because, you know, we're doing this on a budget. And I found that I do like doing the motifs, because this is just like one little motif after another. So this is the one that I'm working on right here. And then I'll come back and finish up in this corner. And on that page, there isn't much more. Maybe the beginning of some of these others, but the pages aren't too big. They're, let me see, like that, you know. So, and it's broken up into 9 parts, as you can see. I'll just put that right there. So, and there's only one special stitch, so I am really thrilled. So, last Thursday, I said, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to do this. And I've decided that I'm going to have one major project that I buy per month, period. And there won't be any buying in between. Now, because I told you there's like 3 patterns that I want. It was Autumn Quakers, Death by Cross Stitch, and His Eye is on the Sparrow, and that, it's by Inky Circles, Geometric something or other. I have it saved at 123 Stitch. And that's where I got Autumn Quakers from. I bought the material, as you know. I've been working with that, what is it, doubloon, 28 count doubloon that they sent me just to see if I can learn how to do this on 2 count. Not that it's ever going to happen again, but I do have that piece, and I want to do like some small projects because it's a really pretty color. Let me see if I got it right here. Don't mind my mess. I live all over this house, so what's a house if you can't live in it? And I don't know if it'll pick up the color, but it's a nice, it looks like tea dye. It's usually, it's not going to come up, but it's darker than it looks. And I just want to see if I can use it. It's 28 count doubloon casual linen. Yeah, let's start with the hardest thing in the world. But I found I can do, what do you call it? 2 over 2. Maybe it's 3 over 2. I think it's 2 over 2. Not very fast, but you know, everything comes slowly, so we'll just have to do that. Okay, so are you ready for the haul? The haul of the month is, oh yeah, I bit the bullet. Okay, so I went to 123 Stitch, and I just kind of threw 3 things in and went, We might as well get the big one over with first. Yeah, the big one. I bought, if I can get it out of here, it's by Long Dog Samplers, so you know it's Death by Cross Stitch. Yeah. And it comes on pages, and it looks pretty basic, just cross stitch. You know, I may get into it and see it doesn't look like I have any specialty stitches short of, what do you call it, back stitch or something, but we will see. I'm just so excited to start this. So I went and I picked it up today at the post office, and I said, you know, I'm not going to do an unbagging. Sorry, I'll try to get in frame here. And so I opened it up, and I calculated it is 363 by 447 stitches. Not too big for me. I mean, that's like less than the size of my big, huge things. So when I bought it, I had calculated out, and I got, I don't know that you can see this. I'm trying to keep the light away from it, but it's 14 count natural Aida 30 by 36. And I really like that natural color. I don't know if I still got my Christmas tree up. Sad as it is, it's still there. This is Charles Craft, and I have gotten Charles Craft before, and I haven't had a problem with it. So we will see, and it looks nice and small. You know, It's 14 count, but I can actually see the squares and everything is defined. And I think that's where I'm going to have to maybe look into some even weave, maybe 20, I don't know if it comes 24, but 27, 28 count even weave. Everybody adores Lagana, so I don't know. I've never done this before. But since I'm starting this, sorry, I had needed a drink. I wanted it on something that I knew that I could work on and it would be pleasurable. I don't want something that I'm going to fight every stitch, you know, like the silk crap. So, I took this out and I went to my sewing store. Yeah. And it's on the back here, it says, of course, you know, I got 14 count, but it says, if stitching this design in 18 count Aida or 16 or 36 linen using one strand for them, it says you're going to need 170 meters. So I asked Google, because I ask Google like 5 times a day, plus it also has 370 for 16 count Aida, but I got 14, so I just kind of took 370 meters and it came up with 125 yards and divided that by 8 because I wasn't sure of the actual count. It's actual 8.7, so I may or may not need too much of that, but I did pick out my color and it looks brighter blue there. It is color 996. Sorry, I can't see up close, so you'll have to deal with me with my glasses and my bifocals. And yeah, so that I thought that guy was going to have apoplexy. Nobody's probably ordered from him in years. He's like 112 and he's owned that shop. My kids are 33 and 35. They'll be 34 and 36 this year, so he's been in business beyond all that because they were there when we got there before that time. So yeah, I ordered 2 boxes of 12 because God knows I'm always wrong, so better to have more than less. And I like this blue, so it's not a problem, but it is a pretty blue. I love this blue. And it's gonna go, and I've decided to get off-white or like natural because I thought if I had any left over, then, you know, I can use it for other projects. And I like that part. I don't know that I will, don't know that I won't. I haven't counted this out, and I'm going to do that today, and I may do a video on all that. But I just thought it was a pretty combination, and I wanted the thread light enough that I would be able to use it and see it is where, you know, I wanted to go with that. I'm sorry if my eyes are kind of going here and there. I'm never knowing where to look, so I know it looks like I'm looking opposite. And today this is going because I can't, not anymore. It's been up long enough and I've ignored it long enough, and next Christmas we'll have a whole new Christmas. Everything will be better. So yeah, but I want to start this today if I can. And I bought I don't have pins anymore. I used to have 10,000 of these, but I got the long quilting pins so that I could stab it through the fabric so that my poor crazy eyes could see what I was doing. Yeah, this is where we're at, folks. I'm just so excited. Yeah, I can hardly wait to get off this video and dig in, because I know, yeah, I'm in it for the haul. Yeah, these 2 projects, Death by Cross Stitch and the Quaker Autumn, are going to be my stitch focus from now until they're done. They'll always be in my WIP thing, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm going to turn that light off because it's driving me insane. I thought it would help, but it didn't. Let's see. So not much else is going on. I'm not, like I said, I'm going to stitch things from my haul that I have and work from there. You know, if I want to work on just cross stitch, not count and all that, I will pick one of my things in my basket because I have a basket. Let me just focus you around. Do you see those two tubs here? I don't know if you can tell, but there's two tubs. The one in the bottom has nothing but diamond painting, and the one on the top, I'm trying to fit right there, that's all cross stitch, and they're all what do you call it, pre-stamped cross stitch. So I just left some of the smaller ones on top that I had already started, and so if I just want to stitch, that's what we're going to use. And on that table right there, those are all diamond paintings. Yeah, I just have. So you kind of don't, yeah, no. We don't need to start too much else. I mean, I want this started because I want this done. And I've waited like months. I saw this probably back in September somewhere, and I said, oh my God, I've got to have that. I've just got to have that. And I've looked at other long dog, and none of them hit me like this one. Death by Cross Stitch, it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. I kind of like that Templar one, but still none of it just jumped right out at me and said, do this. Yeah. And I'm still on the look for some smaller ones. I'm still debating on those houses that I told you about. So like maybe 1 month I might order like 5 or 6 of those so that I have them to start. I may do that next month. I'm not sure. I don't know how long Eye of the Sparrow and Death by Cross Stitch have been out there. I can't judge even by YouTube standards of going through and seeing Flosstube people and what they've done. So I'm looking at maybe 2017-ish, maybe 16. I don't know. So I just don't want these things to go out of print. I want them in my possession so that when I get ready to work on them, I can. And I looked also at Hawk Hollow Run. I think that's what it's called. The one with the eagle on the side. I think it's beautiful. That's like number 4. That's number 4. I mean, I want the Eye on the Sparrow. I want that one for sure. So that would be the 3rd one, and I don't know that I'll get it next month or the month after, or if I'll just go and get the Christmas stuff while I can for the little village thing and figure out what kind of material I'm going to put them on, because I have no idea. It will... Sorry, my throat is so dry. We went to breakfast today with my grandson. He had biscuits and gravy. Yes, he loves his biscuits and gravy. Not to be outdone by Grandma, because Grandma had chicken fried steak and eggs. Oh, it was great. We made pigs for ourselves. It was great. It was the best breakfast I'd had in a long time. And then we came home because she had other things that she had to do. But we had a really good time, and he was very well behaved. And you know, his sister, see, had to go to school, so he was left by himself. And I had told him that over Christmas vacation, her husband was supposed to take the granddaughter somewhere, so we were going to go to lunch. Well, that never transpired over Christmas vacation. So here we are. So that's not much going on. Last night was interminable at work. I thought I was never going to get through it, but I did, and now I get 3 days off, and you bet I'm going to be stitching my butt off. Yeah. I just absolutely am in love with the Autumn Quakers, and I like it because it changes. See, and this is what scares me about this little nightmare, because It could get real hairy real fast, but I don't know. Until I stitch, I'm so not gonna know. So it's just one of them things that I definitely have to do. So I'm excited, but those are, you know, tentative plans. Things could change. So I guess what I'm telling you is I either buy a big project like this, because granted, it's like all said and done, probably close to $100. And I think that is definitely enough, way enough. But I went above and beyond because I wanted that. And knew it was going to be a big expense, and I thought I would just get it over with, you know. So, like I said, I might buy small ones, like 4 or 5 little ones that I can do on some of this natural 8. Of course, I won't have to get a huge ass piece again. I can hardly wait to undo that. Oh yeah, it's been calling to me for a long time, and I want to do it. So, you know me, I have to get into those big things. But I thought if I could find some small things, you know, that were, what, 5 by 7 or a little bit bigger. 8 by 10 would be pushing it. And I don't know how big those houses are going to be. And I want to do it all on one fabric, you know, with snow as the constant. I think they look good like that, and you can just add to them. And so I wouldn't have to buy them. I don't know. I don't know what happens. See, this is my first year in cross stitch. So what I'm saying is, I'm afraid that by February or March, all the Christmas crap is going to like disappear. And I'm freaking out. So I'm thinking maybe next month I will do the little houses and get all them. You know, not that I'll get all the thread for them, but just get all them and try to decide how big a piece. Maybe I might have to buy a big piece. I don't know. You know, and make the Christmas village thing and work on them. I don't know. I don't know, because I really don't want to make them into ornaments. And I may even go to 16 count. I don't know. It's all up in the air. I'd like to see that 16 count in person, and not having a quilt store or a place where I can buy fabric close, because closest place is 120 miles away. It's in Denver. And we don't go there that often. We go to Cheyenne once a year at the most. My daughter and I will rent a motel and go, and sometimes we take the grandkids, sometimes we don't. And now with my mother gone, I can't see that happening. We may go someplace else and take a little vacation, take 3 or 4 days, but my vacation won't be until November. But of course, we'll have to wait until summer's over with. So, I don't know. You know, we're just kind of, we're punting. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're punting. Punting a lot. So, I'm not good at making plans and sticking to it. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. Somebody had asked me to mention my favorite YouTubers. So, I made a list. I thought, well, I'll just make a list so that I can remember everybody's name right. Okay, guys. I have a page with everything in, like, columns. And I have another page with everything in columns. Yeah. I have a few subscriptions to a few. So, I thought I would mention a few and that were my favorite. Now, the way that I pick people that I subscribe to, I like somebody that is clear and concise, can tell me what they have, who it's by, and how it looks, you know, once they started stitching on it, whether they're doing it on 48, 40, 100, whatever. I want to see what that pattern is going to look like in person, because, like I said, I don't have a place to go. So, and I also like people that can give me information, because, granted, all I've done is cross-stitch all my life. Just cross-stitch. I've never done any different kinds of stitches in cross-stitch. You know, that there's one, and I don't know what it's called. I can't seem to find a video on it. but it's done in like on a diagonal, and it's black. I don't know. I've looked and I can't seem to find who made it or where it came from. Where each one of those squares that are about yay big-ish are a different type of cross stitch. I've never heard of such a thing. Didn't even know it existed. But, you know, I live at a sheltered lord. So I like people that can tell me all this information like, well, this pattern, it's just full of all specialty stitches. Like a chatterling or like a mirabilia or whatever. I need to know that crap ahead of time before I spend 70 or 80 bucks and go, oh my God, I can't do this. Yeah, no. I don't like surprises like that. I can't afford it. And I like people that tell me information on how to do things or, you know, how-to stuff. Because I'm still learning. And it's not like I'm adverse to learning, but I don't want to be thrown into a mirabilia, a Hade, or a chatterling. And go, holy hell. And yeah. So that's kind of how I pick people, and I pick them also for their personality, whether or not they're light and they're bubbly, or if, you know, they're just on a calm, even keel. So a lot of factors play in when I pick somebody, you know, that I'm going to be a subscriber to their channel. So I've picked out a few that I really, really like out of this huge list. The first one on my list is Stitcherista. I started with Stitcherista probably a year and a half ago, and she was into diamond painting, granted. But I do believe that she knows a lot about stitching. She's got it all over her walls. She's done it for years. And so I figured I could learn, you know. And she works with Ada a lot. So I like her. Another one is the 2 Martini Stitcher. And she's all hyper and bubbly and young. And she's like me. She's always jumping off a cliff and doing something, you know, and has 10,000 things going at once. So that's why I like her. Rachel Ray has picked up doing cross stitch and beaded cross stitch, and I do both. I do beaded on this channel, and I will do regular cross stitch. So look forward to that. I also do with glass beads and also the big plastic bead. Let's see. Another one that I like is Janet Jabber, and that's Jabber. And she does a really good Flosstube. And I learned a lot from her, and she's kind of learning too. So, and she's new to Flosstube, so you need to check her out. Let's see. There's Amy, who does both diamond painting, and it doesn't say just Amy, it just says the word Amy, or the name Amy, because there is a just Amy, just it's her name, only her name, so it's A-M-Y. I like her. She does a lot of things, and I believe she designs diamond paintings. I have yet to catch one of those episodes. So, another one is Country Stitchers. Let's see, Country Stitchers, and it's 2 women, and I don't know if they run a shop or not, but they're really nice people. I believe they are from Texas. Just sweet, down-to-earth people. You know, I pick down-to-earth people too. Another one is Rags to Stitches USA. That's all one, and it's not all one word, but it's Rags to Stitches and then USA. She's really good. She's another southern one. Now another person that I've caught is called Flannel Jammy's Farm, and she doesn't have videos too often. She's an older woman. I'd say she's probably not any older, maybe 5 years older than I am at the very most. But she's always got a great thing, and she's got a great sense of humor. Another one I have is Stitch Rhodey, and she's really good. She is in a motorhome, and I believe they're in Arizona right now. And she's really good, and she's another one. See, I picked these people that also jump off cliffs and get into things that they're like, oh heck, you know, and I've got all this going or that going. Yeah, so I'm drawn to those kind of people. Another one I really like is Michelle Bendy Stitchers, and she does design cross stitch. And a good one for teaching is Jan Hicks. Right now they're in Hawaii, and that's where they live. But she's a great teacher. I think she's done this for a long time, and she does stuff on linen and Lagana and blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. You know, I mean, her craft room is like, yeah. So, yeah. And another one I like is Ginger Gerald Stitcher. He did, I believe it's a Haid, but don't quote me on this, King Henry VIII. And that thing is like 20 by 30, and it's probably done on small, you know, like 28, 30 count, whatever. It's absolutely fabulous. It looks like the painting, because he's got it hanging when he's doing his video. I just drool every time, because I know that in one lifetime that will never happen. Not that I want a picture of Henry VIII, it's just beautifully done. And so I'm thinking it was a Haid. See, he had just finished it when I started watching him. So I can't remember. Believe me, I watch close to 50 videos a week on, you know, for my list. I'm trying to go through here and see. I do watch Danish Crafters, which is Tyra, and she does diamond painting and stitching. I believe now she's doing Flosstube. I'm not sure. Not real sure. But she does beautiful work. She just digs right in and goes for it. So I don't know her background in stitching or what she's done, you know, prior to all this, because she just started this about 6 months ago or so. Maybe even longer back. I've been watching her all year. Another one is Lady Robin. I can't read my own writing. Lady Robbins. That's all one capitalized, then Robin, R-O-B-Y-N, and then an S, but it's all one, you know, it's all capital for the actual name. She's really good. And she's another one that gets into stuff, so. I'm just picking off the top of my head. I mean, I could sit here and read you this entire list, and, you know, what I did was I typed in Flosstube, and I started going through, or I would type in Death by Cross Stitch or Autumn Quakers and see what it would come up with. So that's how I've gotten this huge, gigantuous list of people. But the people that I gave you, you know, they're good, they're funny, you know, they're into this, and they're always buying something new and something different or starting something. Another person that I really love is Creativity by Gidge. I don't know her real name, so sorry. I've been watching her since the onset. She's a Haid. She, sorry, I had a notification. She's a Haid person. And, she has notebooks. She's the one I was telling you about that had the notebooks with all the, yeah. I don't know how these people do these Haids. I mean, there's like 100 colors. 100 colors! I couldn't even handle 100 colors in a diamond painting. It would just blow me away. It's after a while, It would be easier. I can guarantee it would be easier. But no, no. That cliff, we ain't jumping off of. No. I've seen what's at the bottom, and I don't like it. No, no. They're good to look at. I think I'll just take some of their pictures and just print them up on the computer, and we'll just hang them around the house, because they ain't ever going to get done. Not even, they'd have to be like, you know, you've seen pictures of the paintings in Amsterdam at the Dutch Museum there. You know, where it like consumes the wall. Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah. No. 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 I have diamond paintings that are massive. I have stitch projects that are massive. I don't know how these people fit. No. I've learned a lot about myself doing this. I am not one to focus for a long period of time on something. I've changed my mind a lot. Yeah. Alright guys, well, that should give you some ideas and some really good people to go to. Oh, I forgot to mention Stitching Shadows. She does a lot of, she did some Halloween stuff, you know, so she's still coming out of that, and some of that's still in her WIP. And she's working on Death by Cross Stitch. Yeah. But she's funny as hell. Just funny as hell. And I just love her. So, you know, you have to watch people and center yourself around people that make you happy and bring you joy, and it's fun to watch their show and see what they're into and what cliff they jumped off this week, you know. I've decided that I need to have more positive people around me, so that my morale, shall we say, is up, because I'm tired of being depressed. I'm just flat out sick of it, and I've gotten into a really good community between the diamond painting and the stitching community, and I am very grateful for it. I mean, I would have lost my mind a long time ago because you can, any time of day you can turn it on and there's your friend. Your friend is right there, and they're talking to you. They're telling you about their day, or they're telling you about what's going on in their life, or what they bought, or, you know, because I am interested. I want to see what moves people and what kind of things they do, and did it work out? Because I'll go buy it, but I really want to know that. So, you know, and I think we need more positivity in this world. And, you know, I don't even watch the news anymore, guys. It just, no. It's not, I say I don't care. I can't. I have to focus on me and my life and what's going on in my kids' life, or, you know, I mean, it's not the center of my life. I can do other things. I'm not totally attached to my children or trying to run their lives, because that ain't gonna happen. But I'm interested in what the grandkids are doing and what my kids are doing, I mean, as far as what they're doing in their lives, you know. But I don't have to hang on their every word. I did that for 18 years. Go get your own life. Go do whatever you want. I just don't care. You know, and I hope it works out. You know, I mean, I'll be the positive reinforcement for it, but no, I needed to center my whole life on positive things and know that there's things. I wouldn't be here because if it weren't for Mrs. Crochet and Coffee told me that I could do whatever I wanted to do, and if I wanted to do Flosstube or do diamond painting videos or stitching videos, I could do that. And you know, I believed her, and here I am. Because 10 years ago, I would never have done this. This would just have been, nope, not happening. So, thanks to her and the power of positivity, again, I'm here. So, I hope you liked this video. I'm going to try to be consistent this year and do some WIP stuff and some stitch stuff, and you know, it'll either be stitching, diamond painting, or beading. Maybe some yarn or knitting, don't know, but not at this time. I've had it with yarn and knitting. I did that since I was, say, 8 or 9 years old. I used to go to the yarn shop and sit with the little blue-haired little old ladies at that time, because everybody had blue hair, and drive them all insane because I wanted to knit. So, I don't, and it's like the cross stitch. I know how to knit, I know how to purl, period. I can follow a pattern, and I can crochet. Done. But anything beyond that, it's a large gray area. It's a black gray area. So, but I'm not seeking it out anymore. I went down the quilting lane. So, anyway, I think that's going to be it. It's kind of a long video today, but I just wanted to touch bases with you and let you know some things. Now, when I do one of my diamond painting videos, I will list off the people that I like the best on that. I don't want to confuse everybody, but there's a bunch of people out there, people that you can go and seek and find answers to your questions or whatever, and I will try to do how-tos. I'm not an expert, trust me. I just done cross-stitch, so I can't begin to tell you. I'm new at this too. I mean, as far as 20 years ago, I wouldn't have jumped off Long Dog's cliff for nothing. Really? No, not happening. But I had kids, you know, and I couldn't focus like I can now. So, anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. And that way you'll know when my next video comes out. And like I said, we'll try to do Flosstube every Tuesday. So be looking for that. And in between, we'll be doing WIPs. And I'm not going to be doing too many unboxings for diamond paintings because, like I said, I've told you, I've set a list and a goal. And yeah, I just added one more. King's Path. But anyway, we're trying to be goal-oriented, but not so that we can't bend, you know, because plans just never work out. But last year was freaking nuts. So we're going to have a better year this year. 2020 is our year. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. God bless. Bye-bye.